Afternoon, everybody. Just a couple of things here at the top. I think you saw yesterday that the Army released a climate strategy to counter the existential threat that climate change poses to the service's ability to respond to national security challenges and threats. The strategy is nested within the department's Climate Adaptation Plan and Interim National Security Strategic Guidance. The Army is focusing its climate preparedness and resilience approach on 3 lines of effort: installations, acquisitions and logistics, and training. Among the objectives that are outlined in the strategy are the goal to achieve a 50% reduction in Army net greenhouse gas pollution by 2030 compared to 2005 levels, to attain net zero Army greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, and to proactively consider the security implications of climate change in strategy planning, acquisition, supply chain, and programming documents and processes. All right, we're having problems here. Can I have the spare? I'm sure there's more after that. The strategy is available on Army.mil, and the Army will be talking about more about it in the coming days. And clearly, the Secretary appreciates the work that the Army's doing on these important climate change priorities. In Africa, the annual training exercise Cutlass Express 2022 is underway after an opening ceremony in Djibouti on the 6th of February. Now in its 20th iteration, Cutlass Express is sponsored by U.S. AFRICOM and led by U.S. Naval Forces Europe, Africa, and U.S. 6th Fleet. The exercise is being conducted in the vicinity of Bahrain, Djibouti, Kenya, Madagascar, Mauritius, and the Seychelles until February 17th. 14 nations are participating and will conduct several maritime security exchanges to include vessel queries and shipboardings, airborne maritime patrol operations, and search and rescue drills. The exercise promotes national and regional security in East Africa and increases interoperability between the U.S., African nations, and international partners. Finally, I'd like to announce that the Secretary has approved the next round of DoD advisory boards and committees for resumption of operations. These are going to be listed in a press release that will be going up on defense.gov here very, very shortly. So you don't have to write all these down, but I will list them. For the record, these boards include the Defense Innovation Board, the National Security Education Board, the National Security Agency Emerging Technologies Panel, the Advisory Board for the National Reconnaissance Office, the Army Education Advisory Committee, the Education for Sea Power Advisory Board, the Board of Visitors for the Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation, the Strategic Environmental Research and Development Program Scientific Advisory Board, and the Board of Regents Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences. Positions for these boards will be filled in coming weeks, and we'll clearly keep you up to date on that. The department's boards and committees have been and will continue to be a valuable resource as we defend the nation, take care of our people, and succeed through teamwork. And I know that the Secretary and all our department leadership look forward to working with these advisory boards going forward. Finally, in light of all that, I'd like to announce that the Secretary has nominated Mr. Michael Bloomberg to serve as the chair of the Defense Innovation Board to leverage his experience and strategic insights on innovation, business, and public service. Mr. Bloomberg, as you all know, an entrepreneur and a leader who served 3 terms as the mayor of New York City, will bring a wealth of experience in technology, innovation, business, and government to the Defense Innovation Board. His leadership will be critical to ensuring the department has access to the best and brightest minds in science, technology, and innovation through the team of diverse experts that he will lead as chair of that board. And obviously, the Secretary is very grateful that Mr. Bloomberg was willing to take this additional responsibility on, and very grateful that he's willing to serve in that capacity.